300 some odd days. I'll be charitable. 325 days. The other days from Thanksgiving through, let's say Easter, the Jewish holidays, they're a little bit different. It's all rarefied. We spend a lot more time and money feathering up the nest, getting the better foods on the table, and you know what? All that phoniness kind of runs thin a little bit. I love to be treated to something special. I kind of like to do the treating actually, but to each their own. I really do like just a nice regular weekend without so much as a worry about missing a special holiday dinner. Quite frankly, they put on calories that I take off try to take off in about the next 3 months. So I'm happy. I'm very happy. It's 2017. It's going to be an interesting year. It's got to be an interesting year. We've got a new president coming very soon, and boy, this is presidential entourage that we've had for the last 8 years. I'm going to miss Barack and Michelle. I really am. I just enjoyed them. Goodness gracious, I know how they affected a lot of people positively, and according to Congress, everybody hates them. That's not true. And I also found it kind of ridiculous that TV commercials are saying that Donald Trump had a mandate from the American people to go all the way and drain the swamp in Washington, bring in some more people from New York City. We'll drain that island, and that's what he's kind of done. It's going to be interesting. You watch, you left-wing people just left of nose on your face. I'm going to be very much interested in it. I'm not a politician myself, although I certainly keep a good beat of what's going on in this society. We'll talk more about that later, but I guess the 20th of this month looms awfully large, and so I hope Barack and Michelle spread themselves around town and on TV too, because I like to hear from what they say. They're going to be big on the talk show circuit, and I don't think they're going to be in jail like Hillary, so that's a good thing too. Anyway, we started doing our little gossip issue, maybe sort of gay psychology, back in the early part of last December. Yeah, it's a long time ago, isn't it? And I left off when we got to the holidays. There wasn't room for everything to put in there. Let's go back to this now, because I picked a couple of interesting, thought-provoking, mind-numbing, head-shaking quotes and stories for you to relate among yourselves. And the first thing I got is, I do take my material from Facebook, be it Queerty, which is it's all authorized material from Queerty. It's not my property. I'm just spreading the word that I love them. They are not my sponsor, and I'd love to maybe think about that someday. But right now, I use them because I think they're very reflective of the mindset of this country, gay and straight. So, but first we're going to go to something encouraging for you to remember and refer to it in your cerebellum when you think about the friends you have, and the lack of numbers, the quality of the friends you do, or the lack of the quality that you do. But I don't know if everybody meets this particular parameter, but it's true. All right, this is, like I said, this is from Facebook. Here I am peeking over. That's me with the nose. Yeah, that's me. So you read it? Did you see what I wrote here? All right. Yeah. A good friend knows all your best stories. A best friend has lived most of them with you. Then you know what that's like. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I had a best friend back in college days, and boy, the stuff that we did. I didn't have to tell him anything. He was my, as they say, partner in crime. A little cutie named Joe DeVito back in South New Jersey days. We met working summers in a hospital, and we became very, very, very cozy. I liked him a lot. Yeah, they did. Never kept in touch because he was going all kinds of different ways. He wanted to be a priest. He thought he was straight. He could be bi. Let me try to see if I was able to change him. He wasn't ready, so therefore I got disappointed. And where his progress was, I moved to Florida. He stayed in Philly, and we left it at that. Anyway, that's what I wanted to bring upon you. You know who your real friends are. Yeah, maybe they've lived some of your good and bad times with you. On to Queer Tea. And it's just a one-pager. I just thought it would be interesting for you to get a bit of fodder for discussion with your partner and friends this evening or this weekend. All right. So this goes back to this was 17th of October. The guy caught sleeping with girl's gay friend. It wasn't cheating because it was with a guy. We've heard of the rule that it isn't gay if you don't make eye contact, but how about this one? If it isn't cheating if you have sex with someone the opposite gender as your partner. We're still not buying that either. We hate to break it to this young woman, but her boyfriend is kind of a dick. And so is her gay friend for that matter. Here's the gist of it. She has a gay male friend for about 15 years and a boyfriend, Jay, of 6 years. A friend told her that he had feelings for Jay, and the two males became such good friends. She warned Jay not to lead the friend on. The friend starts sending Jay suggestive tests, yada yada, probably things on Facebook and Instagram. Then it gets interesting. Last month he and Jay went out of town for a weekend convention with his best friend. It comes out that Jay and our gay friend had sexual relations and he intentionally got the room with a single bed for that purpose of cuddling. It was our friend that called me in tears. It was the gay friend that called me in tears and told me everything while apologizing profusely. He's a great guy and I got him drunk so he'd agree, and all he wanted was to come home with you. I'm sorry. When asked Jay about it, he got very angry, defensive, and at first would not admit to anything. Later, he fessed up to everything and confirmed what the friend had already told me. He's not gay, but he wanted to experiment. I learned that I'm most defiantly not gay. It only confirmed that I'm most definitely into women. When I asked him if he was sorry for cheating on me, he said, it wasn't cheating because it was another guy. If you slept with another girl, I wouldn't be mad either. I would pull up a chair. Wow. I have nothing to apologize for. He then suggested that if he wanted to get even with his, he then suggested that if I wanted to get even, I even had the permission to go sleep with another girl. You guys are just so generous. And yeah, it's all still cheating. Don't fall for that one. My goodness. Get rid of them. They have their own rules. We don't need that. Anyway, so here we are now on the it's the 10th of January, and we're probably starting to think about spring a little bit. The holiday decorations are down, and that always makes me a little bit mellow. But I would like to get into a topic that I have really never elucidated very much on, even to the online social media network friends that I have. A couple know, but I had, and you've seen this in other videos and in print media. I was abused as a kid. Wow, how common is that now, right? Yes, I was mentally abused by being caught in between a crumbling marriage of my mom and dad for their special plant, even more so than my palm trees. We have a lot of palm trees and they're great, but it's been 35 years with them. They don't give shade. They don't have the nice whistling wind through them when there's a breeze like pine trees do. And I'm sour on them because we lost 5 this year due to electrical strikes. Just when they got to the right height, they didn't want to play with us anymore. So I was left with big stumps, and we were kind of creative. I think we're letting some bougainvilleas grow on the one that's in the front of the house, which was such a beautiful date palm. Wow, it was just absolutely gorgeous. It was about 20 feet above the nearest other trees, and lightning just nailed it instantly, along with 3 foxtail palms, 3 Washingtonia palms, and a couple of Alexander palms. So it's been expensive, and nobody said it was cheap to live here, although it is, from what Brad read to me, it's a lot cheaper than San Francisco. It's just the way it is. I hope that we all have enough to do what we want to do with it, so there's stuff left on our bucket list, and that we can still enjoy the opportunity to put some new destinations on that bucket list. They're a little bit more exotic, maybe a little more expensive. I've never dined at Maxime's in Paris, but that certainly would be on the list. I've never been to Paris, actually. I've never been across the Atlantic. And I know this country and Canada east to west, but I am not the consummate traveler. You guys make me very jealous. Of course, I need to do what I do here, and I need to be home, so it's a mixed bag thing. I don't mind so much having the opportunity to keep this property looking really pretty, and it does provide me with a lot of enjoyment. I think Brad enjoys it too. The neighbors, we have 2 new neighbors now. They're real nice people. One's from Puerto Rico, one's from New York. He's Italian, she's Puerto Rican, but very real sweet people. Luigi and Dahlia. Yeah, they're really nice. So we're going to be probably getting to know them. Our next door neighbors, which we had the issues with the fencing that needed to be put in at the property line, because I was stealing property from everybody for 17 years because there was nobody but renters or vacancies. So I planted and planted and planted, and all of a sudden our property became 1/3 wider than it was before. I think it did a lot of good for the birds, but everything else seems to be for the birds. But anyway, yeah, so that's what's going on. I've got a real nice bunch of fruit trees that came in from Plantoglam, and I want to feature them also on one of our subsequent video visits. It's like a real neat concept that they have, including red dyed burlap with a bow on it if your plant is to be given as a gift. Pretty nice. I like the concept, and it's premium quality. Not particularly cheap, but it's not outrageous either, considering what some people do charge. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. How was your weekend? Well, how are you spending it? I'm getting a little feedback from you about what you would like to see in subsequent further editions of Living Happily Gay. I think that as we get into a more of a Q&A situation, there's probably some things you're dying to ask me, and I'll be more than happy to tell you. And there's also things that I would like to address with you. I have this clairvoyant experience. I'm like Kenny Kingston. Thank you, my gentle spirits. I will reach the people on the other side of you, just so we can clarify what's going on. Maybe they can guide you. I believe in that, by the way. So it should be something that we would all enjoy. But yeah, this is going to be. I think we're going to wrap up our planting, which I guess started around December the 1st, and it's been a big project, but it looks really good. Our buddy Jason, who's doing the work, is really creative, and he's turning a boring South Florida backyard into something special. I'm really happy with it. I think he's happy with it. We fixed our fountain. Most of our lights in the yard are working again. It's a few that I saw that orange, but not too bad. And little by little, we're sort of winding our way into having this place be ready for the, I guess the first holiday would be Easter. And then after that, Memorial Day and 4th of July, which are not so great to be here in the summertime personally. It's hot. So we'll be in LA a little bit this summer. And remember, Brad and I are going for our commitment ceremony about the 3rd week in April. And I believe we have picked sunset time in Santa Monica. That's probably, I think it'll be a nice thing to do. I just don't know if that's going to be feasible, but we'll wait and see. And I think it'll be fun.